Good afternoon. It's the 15th of October today, and I've stolen the keys to my mother's Mercedes-Benz C200 Sport estate, which she picked up last year, hence the key here. And today we're going to be looking at this whole issue of whether or not you should get your car serviced at a main dealer. So this is a very contentious issue because a lot of modern new cars are bought on what's called a PCP finance arrangement, which is basically that you pay a deposit and have a low series of monthly payments of the car, and then at the end of the contract, typically 3 to 4 years, you pay a final sum to keep the car, or you don't pay the money and you hand it back. And some of these have quite restricted covenants on them, like my mother's PCP, which is just over a year old now. It started in June 2017, says that the car has to be serviced at the main agent. And in her case, the first year service on this Mercedes was just under £400. Admittedly, she did get a really good sort of video around the car, a little vehicle health check, and we got a lovely courtesy car. It was a Mercedes A-Class, which I enjoyed driving. But it was quite expensive for what ultimately is an oil and filter change on a car that's only done 7,000 miles from new. And just a little video of what state the car's in, which you can just do at any garage. By contrast, I got a Seat Toledo 1 litre TSI Excellence about 3 weeks later, and when I had a service due on it after about 10,000 miles, I went to my local independent garage. I've been using them for over 10 years now, and the agreement on my PCP is that I can get it serviced at any VAT registered reputable garage, and that's what I did. And the main dealer price was at least 25% more than having it done there. And I know the people, I know they're doing a good job, and I couldn't see any difference really in the level of service I got, other than that I didn't get a fancy brand new courtesy car. Sometimes, though, you can have weird problems with independent garages. When I got my wife's MG3 serviced earlier this year, it was the first time it had gone outside the MG dealer network, and they overfilled the coolant reservoir, which is a interesting sort of shape. It's not in the usual place in most cars, and they overfilled it, which was a bit stupid. And so that sort of didn't quite endear them to me, and I'm not sure what else they did to the car, because they didn't give me a detailed printout. And needless to say, I'm not sure I'll be using that particular garage again. I've also had poor experience with main agents in terms of waiting a long time for things, and the people you actually deal with there are not the people who are working on your car. Whereas at the garage I normally go to, I speak to the people who are actually working on the car and can tell me exactly what's going on, and they tend to be cheaper. So there isn't actually a requirement, unless it's on your PCP deal, that you have to have a car that's in manufacturer's warranty service at a main dealer. That's not the case. It used to be maybe 15 years ago, but it isn't the case anymore. So if you bought a car in cash and still had, in warranty, you can have it serviced wherever you want, and the warranty will be maintained as long as it's within the specified terms of the service agreement. Some cars have variable service intervals. My mother's Mercedes and my Seat and the MG all have variable service intervals, and they will tell you when the car needs to be serviced on the trip computer. Obviously, you want to go to a place that will do that when you have it serviced. But generally, I tend to favour the independent places, because much as I like driving around in new cars, and I had a very good experience recently with the Seat when I had a minor problem with it, and it was fixed by a main dealer under warranty with no problem, and I got a great courtesy car. But this does come at a price, and so I just think carefully about what you're doing. Obviously, there are times when an independent place won't know exactly what it's doing and will make silly mistakes, such as overfilling the coolant reservoir on the MG3. But equally, I do think that things aren't exactly better at a main agent. Sometimes the service isn't necessarily better, sometimes it's a lot more expensive, and it can be awkward to book the car in at the right time. So just do your shopping around and just be mindful of these things when you're next looking at servicing a car. Obviously, if we're talking about a car that's in warranty, out of warranty, I'm not sure I'd recommend going to the main agent unless you really need to. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you want me to source a new car for you, it doesn't have to be a Mercedes, please do get in touch. My website is www.lloydvehicleconsulting.co.uk, and my Facebook page is facebook.com/Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. Thank you very much indeed.